is Thursday, May 9th. I'm Jamie Stelter. Here are the stories we're following this morning.
It's hard to put into words. It's senseless tragedy. It's terrible.
Queens residents reacting this morning after a 17-year-old girl was stabbed to death last night outside of a Sunnyside subway station. Investigators say a person of interest has been taken into custody, but they have not announced any charges related to the incident. The first faculty member in Sunnyside, Queens this morning after a 17-year-old girl was stabbed to death. It happened just after 9 o'clock last night near Queens Boulevard by the 46th Street subway station. Investigators say that a person of interest has been taken into custody for the deadly attack, but they have not announced any charges related to the incident. Police say the teenage victim was transported to a local hospital with a stab wound to the neck and was later pronounced dead. Neighbors tell us they are shocked to hear of an attack like this in the area.
Sad, you know, but this thing happened in this area, that's so sad.
It's hard to put into words. It's senseless tragedy. It's terrible. Yeah, it's just awful. And I honestly feel like I've lived in this neighborhood for like 7-8 years. That it's getting worse.
So far, police have not released the identity of the victim. The teen stabbed in Queens is not an isolated incident. In Soho, police are still looking.
We make junk disappear.
I'm Rocco Bertuccio with a New York 1 Minute. A 17-year-old girl is dead after being stabbed in the neck near a subway station in Sunnyside, Queens. Sources say a 15-year-old girl was taken into custody. Days after police removed a student encampment at the developments this afternoon after a 17-year-old girl was stabbed last night in Sunnyside, Queens. Police sources tell the girl now in custody in connection with that crime. Investigators continue to piece together what led up to the altercation. Our Alyssa Palcelli is in Sunnyside getting reaction from the neighborhood. Alyssa.
Well, Rocco, this fatal stabbing just happening just several feet away from the entrance to the 46th Street Bliss Street station here in Sunnyside to the 7 train. And while the crime scene has been removed early this morning for many people beginning their commute, it was still here, so they were learning about it as they were starting their day. Now, this investigation is just several hours old, so many of the details not immediately clear. What we do know is that around 9:30 last night, police responded to the scene here and found a 17-year-old girl with a stab wound to her neck. She was rushed to a local hospital where she was pronounced dead. Police do have a person of interest in custody that they have been questioning, but they are working to figure out exactly what led to this stabbing and if the person who stabbed the 17-year-old was known to the victim. There is a high school just several blocks away from here, and many parents in this area, as they are learning about this, say this is not only surprising but concerning.
I have 17 years old girl too, so as a parent, it's sad.
You know, it makes me wonder, like, where this violence come from, you know? And the first thing I think about is injustice. I think if justice was pervasive in so many forms, I think that would mitigate, definitely diminish a lot of violence.
That's kind of confusing because usually you can walk around this neighborhood at any time of day and never have anything happen to you or be disturbed or bothered. So that's concerning because I also have a teenager, so yeah.
And police have not released any information about the victim. All we know is that she is a 17-year-old girl. And this is the latest incident involving teens in the city over the last couple of days. Just yesterday afternoon, before this stabbing, 2 15-year-olds were slashed up in the Bronx. And on Tuesday, 2 teenagers were shot, one of them killed. And police say as far as this fatal stabbing involving that 17-year-old, the investigation is ongoing. Rocco?
Okay, Alyssa, thank you.